So in this session, we are going to talk about the fundamental theorem of arithmetic and the questions on LCM and HCF. That in the prime factorization of 100, only 2 and 5 can come. 2 and 5 are the only prime factors which can come in the prime factorization of 100. No other prime factor can come. But yeah, order can change. For example, this, you can write it like this. Order can change because multiplication is both commutative as well as associative. So you can write it like this, you'll still get the same answer. So understand from the definition, highest common factor or the greatest common divisor. What does it mean? Highest common factor or the greatest common divisor of two numbers. So least common multiple means the first thing is it is a multiple of both of them. Common multiple. And it is the least common multiple. Hello everybody, welcome to the live session by Infinity Learn by Sri Chaitanya. So in this session, we are going to talk about the fundamental theorem of arithmetic and the questions on LCM and HCF. So let's start with it. So the very first thing is the fundamental theorem of arithmetic, and it states that every composite number can be expressed uniquely as a product of primes apart from the order in which the prime factors occur. It means, for example, I take a number 100. What is the prime factorization of 100, guys? It can be written as 2 square into 5 square, correct? 25 into 4 is 100. So you see, this is unique. What does it mean? That in the prime factorization of 100, only 2 and 5 can come. 2 and 5 are the only prime factors which can come in the prime factorization of 100. No other prime factor can come. But yeah, order can be changed. For example, you can write it like this. This order can be changed because you can write it like this, suppose. You'll still get the same thing. You can write it like this, suppose. You'll still get the same thing because you know that multiplication is commutative as well as associative. So this is an example to it. For example, I take 18. What is the prime factorization of 18? That will be 9 2s are 18. So 2 raised to power 1 into 3 square. That is the prime factorization of 18. It means that in the prime factorization of 18, only 2 and 3 can come. No other prime factor of 18 can be there except 2 and 3. And their exponents will also be same. For example, this is 3 square, so it will be square only. 2 raised to power 1, so it will be 1 only. In this case, if it is 2 square, so square will only be there. It cannot be 2 cube. It cannot be 5 raised to power 4, suppose. But yeah, order can change. For example, this, you can write it like this. Order can change because multiplication is both commutative as well as associative. So you can write it like this. You'll still get the same answer. I hope it is clear to every student watching this video. Now, we have got the concept of HCF, the highest common factor or the greatest common divisor. So first I'll explain HCF using a simple question. For example, if I ask what is the HCF of 15 and 60, can you tell that? HCF of 15 and 60. So understand from the definition, highest common factor or the greatest common divisor. What does it mean? That you have to find a number which is a factor of both of them. The first thing is a number which is a factor of both of them, and it is the highest possible factor of both of them. So what can be the highest possible factor of both of them? That will be 15 only, because you see 15 is a factor of 15 and 15 is also a factor of 60, and that is the highest possible because you cannot take more than 15 now. You're already talking about 15 and 60 only. I hope that is clear. Now this is a small way. For small numbers you'll be able to think, but every time you'll not be able to think like this even if you know the definition. So for that you have to know from the prime factorization. For example, you've got A over here and I'm writing them in the form of prime factorization. Okay, something like this if I've got, and suppose B is there. Suppose like this. Now I want to find the HCF. or the highest common factor of these numbers? So the very first thing is you have to take common factors. So basically common factors over here, they are 2 and 5 because they are prime factorized form only, and 7 as well, right? 2, 5 and 7. And when you're talking about common, what does it mean? You see, this is 3 and this is 4. So automatically 2 raised to the power 3 will be included in 2 raised to the power 4 now, because 2 raised to the power 4 can be written as 2 raised to the power 3 into 2. So therefore 2 raised to the power 3 is common, or you can see the lowest power you have to take. Then 5 raised to the power 4, 5 raised to the power 3, so you have to take 5 raised to the power 3. Then it is 7 raised to the power 1, 7 raised to the power 3, you have to take 7 raised to the power 1. So obviously you can multiply and you will get the answer. So that's how you find the HCF, highest common factor or the greatest common divisor of two numbers. I hope it is clear. Now, the next thing over here is the least common multiple. So least common multiple means what? Again, I will explain using an example. Simple example only. For example, I am taking 15 and 75. What will be the LCM of these numbers? So least common multiple means the first thing is it is a multiple of both of them. Common multiple. And it is the least common multiple. So what does it mean? That you have to think about the table of these numbers. Suppose 15 ones are 15, 2s are 30, 45 and so on. How it will be, guys? And then 60 and then 75. This is the table of 15 and 75 ones are 75 only. So what is the first common multiple of both 15 and 75? That will be 75 only or not? You can think in your mind. So basically if you have got two numbers and one number is a multiple of the other one. You see 75 is already a multiple of 15. Then the LCM of those numbers will be this bigger number only. It is common sense. And the least common multiple of two numbers can never be smaller than any one out of them. It will be minimum equal to one out of them, right? Minimum equal to one out of them. But in case of HCF, it can be smaller than both of them and maximum it can be equal to any one out of them if they are not equal. I hope it is clear, right? So, I mean, this thing you cannot do every time. Suppose you have got big numbers, you have to think that. For example, I am taking two numbers which are already there in the prime factorized form. Suppose like this, okay? And suppose B is there already in the prime factorized form, okay? Like this. And you want to find the LCM, least common multiple. So you are finding multiple. Multiple means you will not take common factors over here. You will take all the prime factors involved in both of the numbers. So what are the common factors involved over here? 2, 5, 7, 13 and 19. All the factors involved in both of them, the prime factors, right? And then you are not finding the factor, you are finding a multiple. So you will take the higher power. You see 3 and 4, so you will take 4. You see 3 and 6, you will take 6. You see 6 and 8, so you will take 8, and this is already 13 square and 19 cube. So this will be the LCM of both of these numbers. I hope the concept of HCF and LCM is clear to you. So let's do some questions on the basis of that. You see, if you have got two numbers, A is equal to x cube y square and B is equal to xy cube, where x, y are prime numbers already. They are already given in the prime factorized form. Then the result obtained by dividing the product of the positive integers by their LCM. So first thing is we can find their LCM over here. So LCM will be what, guys? The first thing is we have to write the factors involved, the prime factors involved in both of them. You don't have to talk about only common factors, right? Common prime factors. So x and y is already there. And then you have to take the higher power of it. See, this is x raised to the power 1, this is x cube. So I'll take x cube. Y square and y cube, so I will take y cube over here. This is the LCM. Now in the question, you have to find the result obtained by dividing the product of the positive integers product of the positive integers dividing by LCM over here. That is being asked. So what is the product of these numbers over here? That is x cube y square into xy cube, and that is getting divided by the LCM. So it is x cube y cube over here. So you see, this can be cancelled out and this can also be cancelled. So the answer will be what? xy square. Xy square is the answer over here. I hope this thing is clear to every student watching this video. Let us do some more questions. So you have to find the ratio of LCM and HCF of the least composite and the least prime number. Ratio of HCF and LCM of the least composite number. What is the least composite number? That is 4. Least composite number is 4 and the least prime number is 2. Then you have to find the ratio of LCM and HCF. So what is the LCM of these two numbers? You can directly think 2 2s are 4. So their LCM is 4 only. And what is the HCF of them? That is the highest common factor. So the HCF of 2 and 4 will be 2 only. I hope that is clear. So I have to find the ratio of LCM and HCF over here. So that will be 4:2, or you can say 2:1. I hope this thing is clear. It is 2:1 over here. Right. So let's move on. Let's do the next one over here. Suppose it is given that A and B are two positive integers such that A is this and B is this, where already it is given that they are in the prime factorized form. P and Q are prime factors. And HCF is this and LCM is this, then you have to find the value of m plus n into r plus s over here. So let's do that, guys. So how will you find their HCF? HCF is what, guys? You have to take the common prime factors. So common prime factors are P and Q only over here, right? And then you have to take the least power of it, P square, PQ. So you will take square, Q raised to power 4, Q raised to power 3, you will take 3 over here, right? And that is given to be equal to P raised to the power m, Q raised to the power n. So if I compare on both the sides, can I get m is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3 over here? I hope this thing is clear, right? Now what about the LCM over here? If I want to find the LCM of these numbers, so I will write both the prime factors P and Q over here, and then I have to take the highest power. You see, P cube and P square, so I will take P cube. Q raised to power 4, Q raised to power 3, I will take 4 over here. I hope this thing is clear. Now basically that is given to be equal to P raised to the power R, Q raised to the power S. If I compare on both the sides of this thing, can I say that R is equal to 3 and S is equal to 4 over here? Now in the question it is being asked, we have to find m plus n into r plus s. So we have to find the value of m plus n into r plus s over here. So what is m plus n, guys? M plus n over here is 2 plus 3 and r plus s over here is 3 plus 4. I hope this thing is clear. So this is 5 into 7. So that is equal to 7 5s are 35. I hope this thing is clear, guys. So 35 is the answer over here. I hope this question is clear to every student watching this video. So let's move on. Now there is one more concept, guys, the relationship between HCF and LCM of two numbers. We are talking about two numbers only. So what is the relationship between the HCF and LCM of two numbers, guys? For two numbers, suppose I am taking A and B, the product of two numbers is equal to the product of their HCF and LCM. And this is true for two numbers only. You cannot take the same result for three numbers. For three numbers, there is a different result to it, and if you are doing NCERT, it is given in the very last page of the first chapter. I hope it is clear. So this result you can do in order to do questions, you can use in order to do questions, that the product of two numbers is equal to the product of their HCF and LCM. Let's do a question on the basis of this concept. So you see LCM of two numbers is given, their HCF is given, then you have to find X over here. So the product of two numbers, that is X into 18 over here, is equal to the product of their HCF, LCM and HCF over here. So what is the value of X, guys? X will be equal to 36 into 2 by 18. So that is what? 4 over here. So 4 is the answer, because the product of two numbers is equal to the product of their HCF and LCM. I hope this is clear to every student watching this video. So that's all we needed to do in the fundamental theorem of arithmetic and the HCF and LCM of two numbers. Please like, share and subscribe to the Infinity Learn Class 9 and 10 YouTube channel. In case of any doubts, you can put in the comment section in the video. Bye-bye guys. Take care everybody.